What is up, guys? This is Mark and Mike, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Mark the Mike, and joined by Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And today, we got the Weekend Wrestling. We do have the podcast to listen to. There are actually quite a few I actually listened to. It was actually really good. I listened to the interview with Matt Cardona and Brian Myers with Tony Khan. They talked to him on Wednesday on YouTube. It was a good conversation. It felt like he was really interested in Brian Myers.
I mean, that's really good, right?
Yeah, like you could tell, like he was very, very interested in, like I could see Brian Myers there very soon. Like he was like, oh, all the guys that you've trained. Like there's 7 guys that came from CAW that he trained in AEW.
Cool.
Chris Statlander.
No, I mean, you mean Myers? He has a bunch of.
He has a school.
No, I know that, but like
Yeah.
I didn't know 7 of his students were there. That's a lot.
Four of the guys of the dark whatever the dark.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Now I know.
The Dark Order. 4 of the guys, the 2 that Matt Cardona fought.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Those are trained by.
So
Brian
that's
Myers.
why they seem to flow so well together.
Yeah,
okay.
They were all trained by Brian. And actually, those 2 guys are one of the guys that helped Zack Ryder get back into shape for during the flatbacks. They went to Sean Spear and Tyler Breeze's school to get back into ring shape. Yeah,
that's awesome. Okay.
So he has 4 people from Dark Order, Chris Statlander and MJF, all trained by Brian Myers.
Mm-hmm.
So Brian Myers and Pat Buck. Can you chill out with the noise?
Pat Buck. Isn't he the guy that got beat up on Monday? Yeah, he did get beat up on Monday. Poor guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Pat Buck is his co-owner of that federation.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But yeah. So the conversation was really good. They talked about a lot about the wrestling figures and things like that. And I think him and Brian Myers got really into it because of the ECW talk. Because Myers is a big ECW person.
Okay, cool.
So
that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I got to see more YouTube stuff, so we'll get into that later.
Yeah. So Weekend Wrestling. I did not like Raw.
I'm trying to think about it. I had like a bunch of stuff I actually liked. It wasn't the best Raw, especially not recently, you know?
Yeah, I had a lot of issues with Raw.
It was like some of the matches and some of the situations, specifically Drew McIntyre's and Randy's promo. I thought that was one of the best things on the show.
Yeah, I'll say I agree with that. Like I was interested in that. There's some things I was interested in, but how they executed wasn't the greatest for me in certain, and like the whole WWE Underground. I don't care about it. I think it's dumb.
Oh, so yeah, we can definitely delve into that. But so let's go through the show.
Yeah. So let me get the results so you had like Shane McMahon like announcing things here and there, but we kicked off with the United States Champion, the Apollo Crews versus MVP. Pretty much for the title that MVP self-declared himself.
See, here's my whole thing. When you go all the way and then you just lose, like that just makes it look like a lot of effort for nothing. But I mean, Apollo's got a new belt, right? Question mark?
Yeah.
He left with both?
Yeah.
This is what I saw. So
he got the belt. Apollo, it was a good match. Solid match.
I can't really fault the match.
But like, I kind of like, if you're gonna try to build like the Hurt Business and what you're trying to build, this is not good for them.
Yes, I agree, 100%.
So I feel like again they lose off they lose and win. They win off of things that they should be losing, and they lose off of things when they should be winning.
I agree. Well, more into that the same show. So go ahead.
Yeah. Kevin Owens had a Kevin Owens show. I think this was one of my favorite moments of Raw because I felt the conversation was hilarious. Ruby Riott was the guest, and they took out Liv Morgan, and then Iconics interfered, and she slapped Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens was just like, yo, just handle them, please.
Yeah. Again, this I told you before about when we were talking about it. This is
Yeah,
probably like my favorite moment from Raw, just because, hey, we got the Riot Squad at least for one more day,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And you got to have Ruby have an emotional moment, more character for her, right?
yeah,
Liv Morgan was out there. Hey, everything we keep asking for. All right, we got a little bit this week,
yeah.
so you take what you can, right? At least that was good.
Um, yeah. So then you had Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. The confrontation. I actually thought this whole promo was good. I think this was one of the highlights of Raw for me.
Yeah, definitely. Probably Drew's best promo because it
Yeah.
got pretty gritty. And Randy was peak Randy. He was no punk. So it was awesome.
And then Nia Jax. And then this was dumb.
But I'll tell you why I liked it, because at least it gave everything a reason. But when this happened, this made me question a lot of things. Just because if you're gonna do this to her, there's some people later on in the show that touch some refs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That why is this not across the board? That's all I'm saying.
But this is like what I said, Pat Buck. He's one of the guys that help. He's co-owner of the Creative Pro Wrestling, so he's helped train with Brian Myers. Anyway, you saw Pat Buck get into Nia's face, saying that she's suspended.
That's it.
I wonder if they're gonna use him more as an authority figure in that sense, because I feel like the shows need an authority figure now, seeing that everyone's making their own damn matches.
The only the only one left is Stephanie via satellite, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So I mean, yeah, on site.
just have a GM and a hazmat
Yeah,
suit.
yeah,
You should be good.
yeah. Why not? There's so many people who are there who can do the job. You know, why
Yeah,
not?
yeah, because I feel like it's needed. Like I feel like that's something that's kind of missing. How like storylines get driven. Also, like if it's a heel or babyface kind of thing, like it depends on how you do it.
I'll give a good example. The same week, Steve. This is why I'm saying this show had bad, but it has some good.
Yeah.
Was Samoa Joe?
Yeah.
Samoa Joe standing up to the Monday Night Messiah. Just
Mhm.
saying. That was a really good segment. He stood up for Tom. I mean,
Yeah.
a person like Joe in that situation showed what a GM that is a badass could be.
Yeah.
You know, so just saying.
And then Akira Tozawa defeats R-Truth and Shelton Benjamin to become 24/7 champion. This is another
Sorry,
thing that I have the same thing with the Hurt Business. They just like clearly lost everything.
sorry, I can't go against this. This was hilarious. They murdered those digits, and if Akira Tozawa wins something, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like all the building you did just went out the window, and then you're trying to get me to believe in them later on, and it's just like I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha Banks versus Shayna Baszler was an interesting match. I actually thought it was an interesting setup.
Is this their first match, or have they fought
This
before?
is the first match they had together.
All right, so it was actually pretty good for the first match.
Yeah. I think Shayna, if Shayna has someone that she could that can like, I think be the general of the match. I think she wrestles better,
Mm-hmm.
and that Sasha is the vet. So I think it makes her matches more because they're willing to do more and show more, and
I like
she's able to do her thing.
the one thing I've noticed about this match in particular that I liked was you got to see two vastly different styles of wrestling, and because Sasha's the boss, she looked like she died multiple times during the match, and it was great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she made Shayna look like a killer, right? But she hung in there with her, so I'm like, all right, good.
Then you have Shane McMahon revealing the Raw on the ground, and you had like some pretty much like a pit fighting thing, a ring with no ropes. We saw some. Who was it? It was the Viking Raider.
Mm-hmm.
Eric
I
fighting
believe it
someone
was
there.
Eric. Yeah, this
He's
is
like
true.
knee someone in the face.
Yeah, he
Oh,
murdered
and
people.
Batatua, you saw him in the
Long
beginning.
time. He's been there for a while. Didn't know who he was. And I
Yeah,
was like, oh, he's cool. All right.
yeah. Batatua, I actually think if they bring him to the main roster, I think he could do some. He's actually solid in the ring. Given the time, I think he's pretty good.
I heard an idea, and I think that the one thing that might be really good if it comes out of this would be to have Shane be his manager.
Yeah,
And that's how you introduce him into the fold. Like, well,
yeah.
all right, that's cool.
The king of the underground.
Yeah. But see, if we are we talking about it in full now, or are we just still in pieces of it?
We still in
Because if you
pieces of
talking
it.
about okay, because it's like I want to. My feelings on the underground. I feel there's two ways that about it. One good and one bad.
Yeah.
So I'll save it for later then.
Okay. Angel Garza defeats Angelo Dawkins. I thought it was a solid match. And then it led into Montez Ford versus Andrade and no contest because Ford collapsed and it was kind of weird. So they kind of made a storyline, and this is what I'm gonna give Selena Vega and Bianca Belair fucking credit. So they did a storyline that they poisoned his food and he collapsed. So she did an interview with Caleb Blackston on Twitch.
It was a cup.
Huh?
It was the cup.
Yeah.
They was trying to sell the cup.
Yeah. So Selena Vega did an interview with Caleb Braxton. I think it was on the bump or probably something else. I'm not sure. And then you see Bianca Belair come to her house and fuck her.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm all for that. That's good. Like the fact that you're taking the time on your own personal shit to do story progress, I'm fine with that.
That's awesome.
So it makes the rivalry more heated because Bianca Belair and Selena Vega are part of it again.
That's awesome. That's all right. Damn, that's really cool.
Then you have Eric. Yeah, this is when Eric and the Viking Raiders fight. It's in the underground. He needs someone directly in the face and takes him out. 5 mass assailants set fire to the Performance Center. I really didn't care about this.
Where were the cops?
Maybe there were. Stop your shit. Social distancing.
But where were the cops? Is what I'm
know.
saying. Like you can't just do that.
I don't know.
Are we gonna assume they got away, came back on Friday? Come on, dog. Where the cops? Vince doesn't believe in the police. All right.
Yeah.
For every time he called them on Austin.
Yeah, exactly. Bullshit. Right.
Bullshit.
Oh, shit. My phone went on. Yeah. What was the other one? So, pretty much Seth. What was it? Seth Rollins came out for a promo and kind of aimed at Phillips. And there was a lot of shit going on. And when he got closer to the table, Samoa Joe stepped up and was like, you know how this is going to go if you come and try it. Loved it. I love that Samoa Joe stepped up for the announce team. He was like, yeah, I can still go, motherfucker.
I would like to point out, Seth was not speaking lies.
Yeah.
That's why I like Seth. That's why I like the Monday Night Messiah. Everything he was saying was true.
Yeah.
Because of the stuff he was cheering on Dominic. And he was like, you were not impartial, Tom.
Yeah.
So, what head, in his crazy head, he's right. And you can't really fault him for it. But yeah, I love that Joe got up.
Yeah.
Like, yes, kick his ass.
And then Dominic came with a kendo stick and beat them up and then ran. Dominic reminds me of a Shia LaBeouf movie.
He sounds like Rey Mysterio though now.
He does.
He
even has the slow periods.
Oh, the cadence, because you know he's got to think about it, man.
Yeah.
Don't mess this up.
Yeah.
Listen, man, it led to something, right? So.
Yeah, I'll see. The Hurt Business crashes Raw Underground. They say they pretty much took it over in that sense, and I was just like, So
see, I'll tell you why it could have been good. But go ahead.
No, go first.
Okay. See, now the part with them getting involved made sense because the entire night they were MVP specifically was blaming the glitches on the underground.
Yeah.
He didn't know about retribution or what happened.
Okay.
So his whole so throughout the night, it was an escalation of him getting more and more upset. First, after he lost in the interview, he was pissed off, and then they got him in the background with him. I think it was him and Shelton, and he was like, that's what he said about the underground possibly being the cause. And up to that point, as a viewer, I was, I didn't know shit, right?
Yeah.
So when they got in there, that was fine for me. But here's my problem, and I'm sure a lot of other people's is just like, well, if these three dudes just came in here and defeated your whole operation, what was it for? You had the wrong people, Shane. Like, come on, dog. So, and then at the same time, it makes it almost seem like, well, is the stuff we're watching in the ring not supposed to be taken seriously? And this is supposed to be where the real killers are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but on one hand, you can say there's no rules, or the rules are different. So this is why you should watch this. And it felt like they were trying too many things at once.
Yeah.
I just put it that way. They were going for Fight Club, but then they were going for UFC. But then they're going for ECW. Like, not original ECW. This felt like the ECW back when, like, Zack Ryder or whatever, and CM Punk and them.
Yeah.
That new ECW. It felt like, oh man, remember chain link fences and dancing girls? Yeah. Like, that's what it reminded me of. And like, that's you can't just go back to that.
See, this is something that I felt like, honestly, this is something I felt like you will see in WCW 2000. It's something like cheesy enough, like, oh, we got the dancing girls, we got the brawling fighting, and the no rules, and the shoot fights. The thing about, if you're gonna do shoot fights and real shoot fights, you had to get someone like Timothy Thatcher or like Matt Riddle in that sense. Like, those are the guys that actually do shoot fighting to make it realistic. I liked Eric. Eric is pretty solid when it comes to his lands, and he's a very good striker, so I'm fine with that. Like, Aleister Black would be great in it because he's a striker. But it comes to a point that it's just like, it just felt so gimmicky, and the Retribution shit felt gimmicky. And like, I understand that you fucking with the lights and things like that, but it comes to a point also is the fact that it's like, oh, and they celebrating, and there's no remorse, there's no cops, there's no like security call, or like cops coming to the ring to make sure like people are not coming in the ring and things like that. It's like, you just guys that just let anybody on your property. That's the way it goes. Like, you're a multi-billion-dollar company. Yeah, just let anybody over.
And even if it's disgruntled wrestlers, at the same time, you would still call the cops.
And then also, the crowd is wrestlers. You think they can fight?
One of them, you take a pipe to the head or something.
Yeah, but other than that, also with the whole underground thing. Wait, what did you say?
I'm saying, well, this is Monday. They didn't have weapons to fight.
Exactly. So my thing is also, if they're gonna work this underground thing, I would not mind if it comes in to make their Hurt Business a better group.
Yeah.
Like, imagine adding Batatua to that group.
Yeah. See, look, this is the thing. I hope it's a story thing and not. I get it.
Yeah.
It's something that spice things up for the ratings. This is what it is in the real world. I get that, but I hope in the universe they use it more as a story piece for the Hurt Business or something. Because the more people talk about, and even me sitting here thinking about it, those three guys who did beat up everybody kind of are world level athletes and fighters. Like, people don't know because they don't not follow him, but MVP has degrees in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Shelton Benjamin is like one of he's that dude.
Yeah, NCAA world champion. He used to throw fucking Brock Lesnar around.
And Bobby Lashley is like a legitimate badass too, who has legitimate wins, like more than most people actually, which is funny. So it makes sense, but to the same point, if you don't have guys in the stable that you just created that are like up there, then it's like, well, what the? You just have a bunch of scrubs fighting.
Yeah,
and you beat up by one big guy, and it's like, I'm not feeling that. You know.
And then it also goes to show, like, just the fact that you're trying to make me take them seriously, and they all just lost.
They crumpled. Yeah.
If they would have came there with their titles and all the gold and fucking wanted to take over it, I would have been more like, all right, I could see this. I could see them like recruiting guys and things like that. And in that sense, like maybe have a 5-man group. We haven't had like a big ass group in a long time, like an NWO size group. No, fuck NWO because that's too long. But a half the NWO size group. NWO just like picked everybody. Like hey, you want to wear black and white? All right, here you go. Take a shirt.
Well, see, there's that WCW 2000s.
Yeah, but I will take a big group. Like imagine Shane McMahon, like. Co-runs the Hurt Business with MVP, and their job is to build these guys. So Shelton Benjamin, Batatua, Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley being probably the leader because he's the bigger star of the. Well, I like Shelton Benjamin, but he's not the bigger than Lashley.
Yeah.
Imagine Batatua and have Shane McMahon handpick and manage Batatua throughout the whole thing. That could be like a big team in that sense, or maybe add one more person just to have a tag team and fin that stable as well, or make Shelton and MVP the tag team.
Yeah, it just, I will say, I think this hurt more people than it helped.
Yeah,
because it killed Brendan Williams, R.I.P., and then it hurt Swerve.
Yeah, I was mad that Brendan Williams just got his ass kicked. I'm like, boy, man,
he was very, very visible, and I'm just like, come on, man. And so it's one thing if the Hurt Business won, but it wasn't even competitive.
Yeah.
That's the problem I have. It's just like, well, I'm watching scrub fighting. I'd rather watch wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't take your guys seriously.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I was a little disappointed with that, and I felt like, again, it could be a lot. I could see it potentially being a better thing, but hopefully they actually go in that direction of making a bigger stable, and actually having like the best of like fucking evil bunch of dudes that came from the underground thing to Raw to take over kind of thing, or is it gonna be a gimmick just like fucking Fall Brawl, like what was it, Brawl for All?
No, don't say that. Don't
I hope it's
that.
not. But Brawl for All was the same kind of thing. We have a bunch of guys that are not being used. Let's put them in a boxing match and that no rules, and see where it goes. And the two people that were supposed to push got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. No.
That ended like Dr. Dust's career in WWE.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Poor Bart too, though. They shit-canned him just because he did his job. That sucks.
But it is what it is. I give Monday Night Raw a C+.
See, I would give it a B-. There was some strong stuff. Again, the main title scene's looking good on both fronts, and I'm so happy for Ruby and Liv. Hey, who knows what they might be? So.
I want to give credit. Like I like the Apollo that kept the belt and things like that, but I want to give credit. And then I want to give, like, a negative is the fact that you made me not care about the Hurt Business because of the 2 losses. So it's like, it's a big mixed bag. And then them, like, taking over in the end, I'm like, but y'all just lost. Why should I care about y'all? So that's my little gripe with that.
It'd be one thing if they came in and they won the underground title or something one day. That'd be something, right?
If, like, Bobby Lashley just knocked out their champion or some shit.
Yeah.
But it was just like, hey, we're just here to take over and shit.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah, I give it a C+. Okay. I'm not moving with that. I'll go. Impact. I did watch. A couple things to. Heath Slater versus Heath versus Moose was actually a really good match. If you didn't get to watch it, I think that's one of my matches of the week. It was really nice seeing like Heath wrestle. He uses the zigzag as his finisher.
I saw, and again, credits due. I'm not the biggest Moose fan, but like that was a good match.
Moose is growing on me. I think he's developing his character a lot better. I think he has more leeway with his character, so he's a lot more better on the mic. His inside ring work, he doesn't do like the fancy shit anymore. Like he'll do it when he needs to, but he doesn't like do a outside front flip if he doesn't need to do it. He's working the big man character, and I'm fine with that.
Yep.
And then we had Eddie Edwards. He fought Sami Callihan. That was just a brutal ass match. They always go at it, and they have a long story. If you've never seen their storyline, I will say if that's something in Impact, that storyline was so, it felt so real, but it was such a shoot that there's such a like a kayfabe kind of thing that it works so well.
Really?
That's because that's when Sammy knocked him with the bat.
Oh, that was the bat guy. Okay,
yeah. Because that was actually a real accident, and they just sold the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Because Sami Callihan was going on anywhere they talk just to talk shit about it. And it's like, yeah, I did it on purpose. I wanted to knock that motherfucker's eye out, things like that. And he did it so well that it got you to hate him more and more. And then now he's like a baby face. So it's just weird.
Merc, I'm gonna tell you this is relevant again because of what happened this week with AEW. I know you know what I'm talking about.
What?
One person's already using it, but we'll get. I mean, unless you want to go to it now, but like, what happened with Matt Hardy this week?
Yeah,
he's already using it.
Yeah,
and I feel like people are going to get on Sammy. Like, I know it was an accident. He probably got in trouble.
He did get in trouble. He did get in trouble for it because he grabbed the wrong chair, I think.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, okay, that's the real life part of it, but I wonder how people are going to take it as a story thing, because he can't be like, I'm sorry. You know that. Like, he has to be, he's a wrestler.
So I think they're gonna. I think what's gonna happen is when they do actually fight, it's just gonna be more of a brutal fight. He's gonna have to take things that normally he won't take in a match. He is gonna get blooded up, in the match him and Hardy gonna have.
No, but I just mean character wise for Sammy. I think like this might be the time where he could. Yeah, he could really benefit from this whole thing, like, too, because Matt's already going in.
He kind of has to do what Shawn Spears did. But when he did do that, like, all his promos and things like that were freaking great. They just forgot to use him.
Yeah, you're right.
But like when he did knock Cody Rhodes outside the head with the chair and he made him bleed, he got a lot of heat, a lot of attention because of that. So he just went with it, rolled with the guns and shit. So that's what I think he has to do as well with AEW. I feel that they're losing confidence in Sammy in a way.
I hope not.
Yeah, they are. Like, because this is not the first time he has done something like this. So he gets overzealous when he's in the match, and he doesn't think right. He's not smart when he wrestles, and he doesn't do things or try to adjust things. So during that time, he rushed to grab the chair. He rushed to do this. He rushed to do that, and that's why he grabbed the wrong one, because he wasn't really thinking. He was just going and going. He needs to know how to calm down and suck it in. But then again, also that kind of hurts when you don't actually have a real audience there either, because then with the audience there, you have the time and you could have them boo and boo and boo and take your time and take it in, and then slowly get the next thing and things like that.
Okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Right. So that's the thing about like not having an audience, is like the timing of things. You kind of have to learn on the fly more than anything. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I hope going forward they could adjust. He can adjust.
Yeah.
Because I know he's got a lot of potential. Like, dude's good.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. He needs to, but he's also young, also, so he still have a lot to learn, especially with his timing, things like that. So, this is going to be a learning experience, and trust me, Matt Hardy's going to get his receipt in the match they have.
Well, he said as much. I know that one.
Oh, he's going to get his receipt. He's going to find a way. He's going to get him. He's going to staple his head or some shit. But yeah, when's
their showdown supposed to be?
Most likely is the All In. That's going to be in September.
Okay.
Which they kind of announced MJF versus Moxley.
Oh, MJF was great this week too.
Yeah, I've been digging what he's doing. That's fine. I don't think they're gonna drop the title off of Moxley just yet though.
No, me neither.
I think they're gonna keep him with it, and then I feel like once they want a crowd back, once they get the crowd back, they'll give it to MJF.
I also feel since he came back that Moxley's had such a big presence, and I'm like, that's pretty good. Like
Yeah,
you could when he's there now, you just know,
yeah.
yeah, the champ's there. Yeah.
And I like his defenses because he's a different animal when he's defending his title. Like
That's
he's
true.
gonna like you're gonna fight him in this title match, yo. He's gonna fuck you up.
I love what he said
Yeah,
this week regarding Darby Allin. He's like, I know who you are. You're just like me, man, and I'm gonna have to kill you.
yeah. He was
I
like,
don't
you're
want
one of my favorites, but
I don't want
you
to kill you.
challenged it, so.
This is my belt. I'm not giving it up.
And I'm fine with that. I like the edge that Moxley has.
Hmm.
Um, so we go into more AEW. AEW start off with the 12-man tag. I This match, it was exhausting as shit.
Yeah, it was just like another one, not another one, but any one of the big matches where it's just balls to the wall. Usually the Lucha Brothers are involved. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So yes, it's
I,
like that.
I I was into it for the first like 10 minutes, and then I was just like, all right, when is this gonna end? Is there elimination? Can we start eliminating some of these guys? And it's just like it was just too much going on, and too much. It was too much just like fancy shit and not enough like substance or anything. They were not working on anything, anything like that. They were just going in and out, in and out, in and out. By the time 10 minutes hit, I was exhausted and I just didn't care. I was like, someone win this match, please.
I've just lost more and more interest as it went on too long.
Yeah.
But like again, the quality of what was happening was awesome, but it was still, yes, the point was lost. I felt.
Yeah, and I
I
feel
felt
like
like,
that's something that AEW needs to start really looking at in their tag team division,
mm, I can see that.
because it's
Definitely
getting
see
to a
that.
point that it's just like there's no substance in matches at all. And then like
Mm.
how fucking people rated this, yo, this shit was exhausting as shit. Like I couldn't even get like after the 10 minute mark, I was like, all right, that is still going. Fucking 15 minutes. Oh shit, it's still going. About 20. The match like was about almost 19 minutes, 20 minutes
Mm.
of the
Mm.
show, plus commercial breaks and shit. And it was like, oh, too much. And then also, all they do is like lately has been just tag matches. You would get like one or two singles, and the rest are tag matches.
Which teams are doing it now? Mostly like the Jericho's faction, right?
Yeah,
They're picking up their like standings in the tag division, but I know Santana Ortiz aren't. But the presence of the rest of them as a tag team was like,
yeah,
yeah, they're starting to be there more and more every week.
yeah. Because the next match was Santana Ortiz versus the Best Friends. It was a solid match.
Yeah,
Best Friends win. They on the streak.
and they set them off. Santana. See, here's the thing about this is certain people really should be upset when they lose
Yeah,
because they have a goal.
yeah,
And so I can't really be mad at them for having them wild out. I mean, why I gotta be Spanish dude to wild out?
yeah.
But some people should be pissed off that they're not winning.
Why I gotta be Spanish you to take people's tires and shit.
Yeah, I know. They ain't have to
Racist.
do that. They really ain't have to do that.
They fucked up their mom's car.
Hmm.
So hopefully it
Definitely.
builds a rivalry from them. I'm all for that.
Oh my God.
MJF shows his headquarters with a little promo with the whole thing of him fighting Moxley. I thought that was great. It was a good promo. MJF is a fun promo, so no matter who you get a promo, you're gonna get a good one from him.
Hmm.
Then Sammy Guevara lays out Matt Hardy. Again, we were talking about this before, so I don't think we had to go more into it. But yeah, like he fucked up. He grabbed the wrong chair. But it made heat. It showed blood. It showed sympathy because Matt Hardy got blood on his face and he got hit hard. So I feel like
Yeah.
as a babyface, he would have got a big like ovation to get up and kind of thing like that. So I think Sammy did his job. He just has to calm down and work better in that
He's
way.
lucky
So
it hit him in the eye or something like that. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, he lucky he
Yeah.
didn't take him out. Like they still have they still gonna be able to wrestle. So he lucky he
Yes.
didn't take him out.
You're right.
Our broski Matt Cardona and Cody Rhodes versus John Silver and Alex Reynolds. I actually liked it, Cody, and I did not like Cody in this match. I liked Cardona, and I think that was the star of the match anyway. Everyone was looking at him. The two
Look
Dark
at him.
Orders.
To quote Booker T,
Yeah.
look at him. He's jacked.
Yep. The two Dark Order members we talked about earlier was they are trained by Brian Myers.
And they were actually very good in the match. They stood out.
And shout outs to Matt Cardona doing the Pro River Plunge.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they called it, but they didn't. But yeah,
I wish he would have won the match, but whatever. He was trying.
They won the match.
No, with the plunge, but they.
I actually think that should go. I actually think that should be his finisher.
Or secondary, like he still has his own because he has a name for it and everything. But that would be cool.
Yeah, because like the radio silence or the Rough Rider, whatever you want to call it, it's like a forwards famouser.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like after a while, like it's just too much. It has too much shit to do, as he needs something that's more dominating too. I'm fine with him using both. Like maybe even get a finisher, a submission, the bro hold or some shit. I don't know. Or what was it? Damn, what are the wires called on the toys? You know when they put those wires in the back, those those safety wires so they don't pop up out the case.
Oh, I don't know what those are called.
Whatever that it's called, that should be his finishing.
Yeah, yes. Does he hate those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that should be his finishing hold. Then you had the debate with Jericho and Orange Cassidy. It kind of reminded me something of Daniel Bryan.
Wait. Okay, hold on. His submission should be called "Let Him Breathe."
Let him breathe. Yeah.
It should be a sleeper.
Yeah, but I don't think that's good.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's not a good name right now at this moment in time.
It refers to toys. Damn it! Stop it. You just can't do it.
No. I don't see that happening. After the match, you had Cody going to the entranceway, and Scorpio Sky steps up to Cody, and he will be fighting for the TNT Championship next week.
He won the award for my favorite AEW theme song.
Cool.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll get to the podcast section. Go ahead.
Yeah. Orange Cassidy versus Jericho in a debate hosted by Eric Bischoff. It was funny.
I loved it.
It was funny. It kind of reminded me of something of Daniel Bryan, of him being very like into the earth and things like that.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. But when he asked him, I get the question. Like, yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. It made me laugh.
I love Jericho's reaction to that specifically.
Yeah.
His face was priceless. When they did the split screen, and his mouth was just open. He was just shocked. And Eric Bischoff was like, "Hey man, he got you, man." I kind of with him on the climate change.
And Jericho's like, "I hated you in WCW."
Come on, Jericho is like S. He's an S on every show, man. Jesus.
And then what else you got? You had Big Swole. She fought Rebel.
This is going to my moment of the week for most disappointing.
Yeah.
I would just like to point out this was the week of the female tournament, tag tournament. It started. It was on a separate thing on YouTube. I got to see some of it. It was actually okay.
Okay.
Not all of it was great, but yo, why you not highlighting this on your main show? Why you not having one match? And then you have one women's match that's like 2 minutes or some shit. Bruh.
Yeah.
The women's division needs help.
Yeah.
SOS.
And then our main event was AEW champion Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin for the AEW championship. I say this was the best match of the show. Pretty brutal.
Yeah, I expected it to be too.
And this event ties was like, I hope both of them knock each other out and fucking injure each other.
The entire experience for me was like the match, the commentary, everything worked well. So.
Yeah. I also like the fact that there was no interference. I like the fact that it was a straight match and no one kind of interfered or anything like that. So it made it more interesting in that sense.
You know what's messed up too? Is it goes to Taz's point when everybody wants to see those two guys get beat up. It's like, all right, let them fight.
Yeah.
Let them beat the hell out of each other.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. So that's AEW. I'll give AEW a B.
yeah, I give it a B plus. I like that match a lot though.
Yeah. I felt again that 12-man tag was way too much. Like it was exhausting.
I agree. I agree.
Fixture women's division.
But I agree. I so many. It's like Broski holds a really high moment, man.
Yes. And I was happy that he came out his new theme and all too. It was just good.
I just love that he looked all happy and tan.
Yeah. And he was quite solid. He was quite solid in the match. I'm looking forward to seeing more on AEW. But I heard that he only signed for 5 dates.
Really?
Because I understand him. He's been in WWE for so long. Like he might want to like try everywhere. Like before he actually settles in.
But he made a hell of a splash already.
Yeah.
Shit.
But imagine him like popping up on Impact next.
That would help them out a lot.
Imagine him going to New Japan.
That would help them out a lot.
Yeah. So no matter what, like
especially because I heard Juice is hurt.
Yeah.
So a nice American face would help.
Yep. So I think then you also have like Machine Gun Kelly, Machine Gun, and Gallows going back to New Japan as well. So it'd be nice to see like him to try to test the waters and things like that. Like I know, especially with Rusev too. Rusev said the only way he'll go back to wrestling is in New Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He wants to wrestle I think he'll be big in New Japan.
I think they that seems like a place that would treat him with a right amount of respect.
Like that never belt will be his. That will be his first belt.
Yeah, I could like to see him versus Shingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NXT. NXT is next. Dakota Kai defeats Rhea Ripley to become number 1 contender for the NXT Women's Champion with the help of Mercedes Martinez.
I mean, it's funny how that ties in, but it makes sense. But I really, really like this match.
Yeah, it was really good.
I could listen. I'm dare say I could see Dakota Kai versus Rhea Ripley for a championship.
Yeah, me too. And I could see it happening again. That match happening again down the road as well. So yeah, it was a really good match. They showcased the power. They showcased the speed. They showcased everything. The only thing is, I thought Raquel Gonzalez was going to be the one to interfere, but it was Mercedes Martinez, which I'm fine with too, because either one of those would have been an interesting match for Rhea Ripley.
True. But I just like that they explain it.
Yeah.
So you're not like later, in the show.
Yeah.
I mean, but I will say this is character building for the Robert Stone brand as an entity. So like, all right.
I'm all for that. We all for that. Bronson Reed defeats Shane Thorne. I thought this was a solid match.
Yeah. And Shane Thorne, welcome back to NXT.
Yeah. Damian Priest defeats Oney Lorcan and Ridgrid Holland to earn the spot. You actually called that. That was the guy you picked.
Yeah. That was the guy. I'm glad they picked that dude because he's a solid ass dude. And Oney Lorcan, I felt he was the MVP.
Yeah.
I don't know who got Damian Priest in the eye, but they call him lovely.
Yeah.
That nice welt, but he won. That's my dude. So
I kind of want him to get the North American title.
I do too.
If Balor's in the ring, if Balor's in the match, then my vote is gonna go straight to Balor. But
so as we know, because of Loomis being out, they announced a second chance for the people who lost, right?
The people that lost without getting pinned.
So Finn Balor is one, right?
Gargano's the other, and Holland is the other.
Okay, gotcha.
So and they're gonna fight.
They confirmed on NXT we have one more triple threat, right?
Yeah.
Yes, with Kushida, a mystery person, and I forgot who the third person was.
Fuck. I forgot who it was too.
But I know that there's at least 2 more triple threats promised. So
yeah.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
It's just, hopefully, I think Kushida's gonna win the next one anyway.
Wow.
Imagine Balor and Kushida in that match.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
Balor and Kushida has some really good matches in New Japan.
I have not seen that. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. As heel and babyface.
Wow. I've never seen heel Kushida.
No, heel Balor.
Okay. Gotcha.
NXT champion Keith Lee defeats Cameron Grimes. So it wasn't a squash like I said last week, but he destroyed him.
But no. See, but while I was watching this match, I was looking at the way he was wrestling, and he was wrestling with the intensity, like you said. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah.
So I was a little right.
It was personal. Yeah. It was personal.
And he powerbombed him. He powerbombed his soul to heaven.
He is somewhere on what's that place where Goku went when he died?
Yemen. Yeah, all I saw is when he landed, his angel just fly up. Like, the hell's going on? With the top hat.
Yeah. Those Keith Lee looking dominant, man. For real.
Really good match. But I like the character play with Keith Lee a lot. So 100% behind this. I liked the promo after with Killian Cross. I'm actually really looking forward to that match at NXT 30.
I'll be honest with you. That one I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody could say Keith Lee's going to win, but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I could see Killian Cross taking it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I could see Keith Lee in the main roster easily.
I don't know. Do you want that right now?
I don't want that, but I know he could easily adapt to that.
Well, okay. Which brand would you want? Let's give it your best case scenario. Let's not think of the worst case.
SmackDown.
So, and immediately, who do you want his first opponent or major rival to be?
Roman Reigns.
Damn. Me too. That's not gonna happen.
Well, Roman's supposed to return soon.
What? You serious?
Yeah, he's set to return.
I don't know how I feel about that, man.
Yeah.
Especially not down there. Listen, I'm not saying nobody should be doing anything, right? I understand that people are trying to live lives while this is going on, but that's Florida.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. If he was in Canada, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
But that's down there. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends because he's more about because he just had twins, so that was the reason why he kind of like, yo, I gotta chill out with that because he has 2 babies plus 2 little kids as well. So it's like that's the reason why he's like, nah, ain't doing it.
I mean, think about himself as well. Like, yes, it's good to be selfless and thinking about your family, but you know how messed up any of that news would be to hear something happen to him.
Yeah,
that's why I feel uneasy when I still see Ric Flair.
Yeah,
even though he wants to be there. That's
and Ron Simmons. Like, yo, Ron Simmons, go home.
True.
He didn't even get a damn in there.
I love it.
But yeah, I if Roman does, I don't see him coming back anytime soon. But I would like to see Keith Lee Roman. Lee, I could see him. See, that's a tag team. That's a tag team I could see happening.
Lee versus Biggie.
Like how everyone fucking up, everybody like jumping on Matt Riddle and Keith Lee comes for the save and they tag for a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that because they actually did that in the Indies as well. They were a tag, they were rivals, they did all that.
But I would like Lee versus Biggie.
Me too.
If you told me that was for the championship, I would love that. You know, that sounds like a Universal Championship.
Lee
match.
versus Corbin, I'll take.
Okay.
Lee versus Tucker. Lee versus Otis.
Lee versus Sheamus.
Sheamus.
I'll
take Lee on SmackDown. I think he has that. I think he has. But you know what? But I feel like Raw. I think Raw needs him.
I could agree.
Raw doesn't have that baby face, though. That good baby face, that strong baby face. Besides Drew McIntyre, but he has the main title, so it's a little different. But you don't have that strong baby face. I think SmackDown got quite a few. Like, you got Big E could easily adapt to that baby face role. You have Otis, that's a big baby face. You have, and then you have a lot of guys on that roster that's a baby face.
Lindsay.
Yeah,
you got Lindsay. You got Metalik.
On. You got Riddle. You got Jeff Hardy.
Right. True that.
So you have guys that are easily baby faces. So on Raw, you don't have that, and the ones that you're supposed to be building, you shit on. So I'm not sure what the fuck y'all doing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's true.
So
who's number 2 after Drew? Who's number 2?
I guess Apollo, because he's U.S. champ.
Shit. Okay.
Street Profits.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That's all I can
All right.
fucking say. Rey
No,
Mysterio when he's there.
I mean, R.I.P. to his eye.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Back to NXT. Tegan Nox defeated Indy Hartwell. I didn't care for that match.
I like some things in it. I like the character development. If you noticed her face and how she was acting, I was like, all right, I see something here. It wasn't special though.
Yeah.
So.
And then our main event was NXT Champions Imperium defeats Undisputed Era. I thought it was a solid match. It did go in more with the interference of Pat McAfee, and he punched the shit out of Adam Cole.
I thought the stuff he was saying on commentary was actually hilarious.
Yeah.
And when he called him an elf, an angry elf, when he walked away, I was like, yo, son, why you gotta take it there? See, the thing is, I understand why now, and then in retrospect, why Adam Cole is pissed at Pat McAfee. Because I have seen the footage they put up of just their interactions ever since Pat McAfee came there.
Yeah.
They never got along. I mean, sure, in real life, I give us one thing, but as characters on NXT, the world, they have never got along. They have always talked trash back and forth. So why not? It actually makes more sense than it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Oh, but he kicked him once in the head." I was like, "Yo, you know, his career was a punt kicker, right?"
He was in the National Football League,
He
not just
kicked
anybody
balls for a living. So imagine the man's kick.
Exactly.
You're kicking a ball over 50 yards, 60 yards at times.
He did one thing good.
Yeah. That's all he got, his legs. So he's going to kick the shit out of Adam Cole the whole match because I don't think he can wrestle. But him having a punt kick as a move, it makes perfect sense. He's a fucking punt kicker. He's a Super Bowl champion punt kicker.
I would love it if he came to the ring with football pads and gear on.
Like Norman Smiley?
Yes, like Norman Smiley.
Screaming Norman. He was great. What do you grade NXT?
NXT, I'll give it a solid A. There was only one real match, that the women's match, Indy Hartwell and Tegan. I was like, eh.
Yeah.
Everything else I really liked. I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
I got Killian Cross still throwing stuff at Keith Lee. I got that triple threat was amazing.
Yeah.
And people won.
Yeah.
Dakota Kai won, and Damian Priest won. So I'm good.
Now on to SmackDown. So I'll say this clearly with SmackDown. I love the show. I hated the end.
I can agree 100%. I didn't hate it, but it made me cringe.
I did not like it. I had so much problems with it. So we started the show with Matt Riddle defeating Sheamus by disqualification because of Gable interfered and got his ass kicked afterwards.
The world's worst bounty hunter.
Yes.
Terrible. Terrible.
Maybe he changed his name now.
I hope so. To what? Double boots to the face? Come on, man.
To the face.
Shorty G, you need
Gable
help.
2 boots.
He needs help.
Yeah. I actually was digging the match between Sheamus and Riddle too, so I was mad that was interfered. I was like, damn it, that was actually a good match.
Great match. Shout out to the MVP of the show this week is Sheamus.
Yes. Yeah, he wrestled 2 matches.
Yep.
And bro kicked the shit out of Gable twice.
Oh, he's a hero.
Yes. Cesaro defeating Lindsay Dorado, that was actually a really good match as well. Like I was just mad that Lindsay lost. I was like, damn, Lindsay win the match.
Mm-hmm. That counter to the Razor's Edge at the end was beautiful.
Yeah, I felt like that should have ended the match.
Yeah, it would have been great.
I love Cesaro, but I feel like Cesaro could take the loss and then put Lucha House Party into the mix up for the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Hardy defeating King Corbin by disqualification because Sheamus interfered.
I love this whole story thing. Yeah. It was great.
It made sense too, which I was fine with. And then Sheamus defeats King Corbin, and I actually thought that match was actually really good as well. And the fact that like Sheamus is not that smaller than Baron Corbin too.
Those are two big men swinging for the fences. And this one, the way it ended, I actually liked.
Yeah.
I love how Matt Riddle just came flying. He was just like, what? Came flying through, rolled out, and left. I'm like, that's awesome.
You had the Bray Wyatt promo, which was interesting. And then
to start the show. Yes.
And then the Fiend actually coming out on SmackDown was great.
Teleporting.
How you get Alexa Bliss in the middle of the ring? Because I didn't see her come out with you.
Exactly. Magic powers, I guess.
Is she in Shark Tank above the ring?
Was she really there?
I don't know.
Was it an illusion?
So I had a little issues with this. So you kind of had like her like touching the Fiend's mask and trying to like petty. I feel like they shouldn't have done that just yet.
Okay, why do you say that?
Because if you're trying to build the fact that she's a hostage and things like that, you kind of don't want to show that she's kind of connecting with the character. You kind of want that to be a surprise when it actually happens.
But listen, I see through this a mile away. She's Sister Abigail. Come on, man.
Yeah, but you could do that during the match and not now. Like you should build on to that. And the fact that Braun Strowman, I don't care. Like, yeah, you did it too early. Yeah, I gotta build the shit into the show.
All right. If you put it that way, I get it. But if we're going on how everything is rolling along, then I guess I can see that where it's going. But they can. It makes more sense for there to be some type of shenanigans with a Sister Abigail thing now because he dissed her.
Yeah.
So on one hand, yeah, I get what you're saying, but like at least it still makes sense to me.
Yeah, I feel like they're doing things a little too fast. Slow it down.
The only thing I don't like is that they repeated the same thing 2 weeks in a row, and I guess I understand the taping situation, but like she was in the ring looking weird last week. Can we do something different?
Yeah, and also, well, it made sense that she had the same clothes on because like she hasn't been home, but we know you have. True. But other than that, it's more just like a disbelief kind of thing. Like work the characters in that sense. Like again, you could easily build it without having to show anything just yet. Have her still scared. Have her tied up. Like why the fuck she's loose? Like she couldn't. Yo ass while he was was watching the screen, you couldn't run.
Well, see, that's what I said in my head was like, well, while you're doing theatrics, I'm standing up, turning around, and walking out the ring.
Exactly.
But part of me also realizes that the whole reason she's there probably is that she doesn't want to not be there.
Yeah.
So I think there's more tying into what happened in the swamp than letting on.
Yeah, but I also feel like they need to. I think again, you're building. You have maybe 2 weeks to SummerSlam, and you're building into that. You don't have to like reveal that just yet. You could reveal that at SummerSlam. Now you don't have to reveal anything with their personality. You just have her kidnapped until SummerSlam.
I just like I said, I just think it makes sense. I don't think it's. I think your idea makes more sense, but at least what they did, like it's not dumb.
Like I don't care about her, and so it comes to a point like then why you have her?
Cool.
If Braun Strowman don't care about her, why do I have her still? Goodbye.
Because she's actually a bad guy or bad. She's evil.
No, but the fact that Braun Strowman stated that he don't care about her and she's gonna fight the monster, then her part of this doesn't make it doesn't. There's no reason why she should be there anymore.
Except that she's bad. That's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like that. If what I'm thinking is leading to, if it goes that way, it makes sense to me. But we'll have to see the next part. But my whole gripe is I like fresh content every week. Yeah. So you doing the exact same positions you were in last week. Yeah. It makes it stale. Yeah. So like they could have been in the back. They could have like catch her off guard. You like you said, we were supposed to believe she didn't go anywhere for a week. I don't know.
Yeah,
on the low.
it's a lot of like. I think they could work better with that.
Yeah.
In that sense. Heavy Machinery. Well, they had the interview first, and then with Sonya Deville. I actually dug it. I think Deville's killing it on the mic.
Oh my God, we almost skipped over that whole hair thing. Mandy's hair as a guest on the Midget show.
That shit was
That was
stupid.
that is probably my moment of the week for just the most ridiculous thing that's happened. That was so dumb, and I loved it. I love that they were doing the voices on stage, in the ring. Not
camera kept going on them when they were doing the voices.
But you see what I'm saying? They're somehow making that level of humor really funny. Like it's like we get that it's corny, but it's when you commit to it in a certain way that pushes it over. And the Miz is already very good at that.
Yeah.
But to see Morrison do it with him and very good too is like, I love this. And I love that Sonya just calls them out.
Yeah.
You know how every time somebody goes on a wrestling show, they stand there and like let the host do whatever their dumb is.
Yeah.
The dumb thing is. And she's like, you guys are ridiculous. You're stupid. Yeah. But I'm going to destroy her anyway. And I love the entire thing.
Her promo was great. I think she's killing it like right now. I actually, this is the way I would have ended the show is after their match and their brawl they had. That's how I would have ended SmackDown.
Yes. It was perfect. I think this is the best told story on SmackDown right now.
Yeah, and it got me really interested. I'm all for it, especially when you have like two people that are very close and they're really good friends, like backstage and shit. They tend to hit harder. They tend to fuck each other up more because of that, and because they trust one another, so they're gonna go the extra mile for that. And I think it's gonna be great. So this led into a tag match. We were having Machinery, them two busting out, fucking going to attack the guys, and then it led to a tag match. Good match.
It was a good match, actually. Yes.
It was a good match. You had Sonya Deville on the side, and then Mandy Rose came in with her new haircut and beat the crap out of Sonya Deville.
And you get to hear Corey Lyons say the world's greatest soccer mom.
Yes.
What a church.
Yes. I see. This is how I would have ended it with that brawl because it was good. It was good for TV, and the way they were going at it, it was great. And how they were pulled back and everything, you could have easily put the SmackDown time. The fact that I saw 10 minutes, like 5 minutes more, I was like, all right, so this is not the end. And then I saw the whole retribution bullshit, and oh my god, what was a good show just went down.
Yeah. But you gave your reasons why you didn't like it, Bird.
Yeah.
I got specific stuff.
So first things first. So my thing was with Corey Graves. Corey Graves is on a list of no contact. You cannot touch him. The reason why is the fact that he's a concussion protocol. You touch him, you will get a big ass fine or you'll get fired. Yeah. That dude almost whaled him with a pipe.
I love it.
And so he had to stop himself, and I think it fucked up the motion of what they were doing.
Well, you know they didn't want to hurt him anyway. It's fake.
No, but he had to stop himself, so he slowed down on what he was doing. So it kind of threw off his rhythm of what the masked dude was doing.
No, I get you. But it just looked like a human being that didn't want to hurt the guy. So I get that.
So you had to push back and things like that. I don't know. It looked like a bunch of teenagers doing shit.
So what's your specific stuff, like the things that made you like?
First things first, the camera work was very shoddy. I hated the camera work. The one thing that really bothered me is the prop chainsaw that had no chain and you're closing up on it. That wasn't good. I just hated the characteristics. I hated the brawl. It looked terrible. Everything looked pretty terrible. Like, I just did not like it. And I was like, this is not the way you should have ended. You should have ended it with the brawl they had with Mandy and Sonya, because that was actually a valuable story. And then this bullshit.
Okay. Yeah, so the reason I didn't like it was because I knew that if they were gonna do it, it was gonna be some type of disruptive force. Since I saw they were already going for rioters. So I get what the feel that they're going for is chaos, anarchy, and whatnot. My problem with it is they're trying to have us suspend too much disbelief because number one, they can't be strangers.
Yeah.
You can't just wander into a closed set. That's
Yeah.
literally terrorists at that point, and then that's national security, right? So I'm trying to think of in the WWE universe. So they're obviously a faction, right? A group of wrestlers, a group of people who either work there or something, right? So if I'm to believe that, then how come they're just the most unintimidating group of whoever ever? They like you said, they come off as just teenagers. Like if you sent grown adults in there, they could have whooped their asses.
Yeah.
Is what I felt. Nothing about that felt like dangerous enough for people to really be scared. Just like why who let their kids come to work?
That's what it felt like. My thing also, you have a roster of big ass motherfuckers backstage, and you're letting that shit happen.
True. Again, but like they look so generic.
I feel so Sheamus himself could kill all of them.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right. You're right. Those pipes and bats, like, what's that gonna do? That's not a knife or a gun. Again, like, I know you can't go but so far.
Yeah.
But you're already trying to make me believe certain things. So when you bring up an anarchist group,
yeah,
and you just literally look like extra talent, that's a bad start.
You want to know
because they had the most generic look to them. If they're supposed to be anarchists, where's your symbols? Where's your none of them had retribution on them. You know, they all just look like generic dogs.
You know what makes me more mad about everything is that they had a great anarchy group named Sanity.
Yeah, true enough.
That could have easily done this and be fucking and actually like be believable.
True enough.
But you chose to let half of them go and then separate the rest of them.
If you hear EY on Chris Van Vliet, they'll be happy to let him rot.
Yeah.
You know, like that sucks. To come up with good ideas.
Yeah, and the retribution is pretty much Sanity, but like a degrade. Like if House of the Dead was Sanity.
yeah, it felt very low budget. But here's the thing. Here's why I think it could work. There's one thing I'm thinking of, and I think it might be tied together. I think this is all directly tied to Shane McMahon.
Okay.
I think Shane's the mastermind behind this. I think Shane's why? Just to be a dick. He just showed up out of nowhere. He's got an underground thing, and now this happens in the same time. I think instead of it being what people are thinking and there's too many ideas at one time, I think it's just Shane. I would love it if it was like they find out it's him doing this, and they're like, "Why are you doing this?" And everybody's rallying against him. Yeah. And then he gets a faction of big dudes and unstoppable. Like if you use that Babatunde guy as the main, oh well, you have a problem, well fight him, and then he beats you up. I would like that, but I don't think there's gonna be that.
I have no. You know faith. What I'm saying? I don't have the faith.
I don't have it.
I don't.
Because I can again, I like to see to think of the positives. Because hey, look, I'm watching it, right?
Yeah.
So that's my idea of they could save this with tying it to something bigger.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just gonna be disappointing.
Yeah, and the thing is, you had groups like this before, and they were booked better. Like you had the Shield doing this. Shield did it better. You had even New Day when they took over SmackDown. That one time they destroyed everybody and stood strong on SmackDown. They were more believable than this. Like it's a lot of things that require you to be a threat, and what I saw was not a threat. It was just kids toying around, spraying shit. It was not even NWO-ish.
Nope.
And it was bad. It was just bad.
Not feel like like I said, it felt like a group of millennials. Yeah. What you would call young millennials today. Yo, let's get a group of millennial upstarts. Yeah, but guess what? They not big strong men. Yeah. So they're gonna get beat up. Yeah. Oh yeah, but they got weapons. Yeah, but they look like kids.
Yeah. Like I said, it looked like a bunch of Dominics trying to fight people.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, imagine if Dominic was the ringleader. Okay,
Wow.
I'd buy that.
Hmm.
If Dominic was inside the one of those masks, I would like that. That would be cool.
My guess is of two people because you saw one of the people's hair
Mm-hmm.
because her hat fell off. It was two girls, three guys. That was the group.
Okay.
I think Chelsea Green and Vanessa Bourne were the girls,
Mm-hmm.
and think I don't even know the guys because the guys look so generic. I couldn't really tell. Like
Yeah.
they didn't
Jamie
even
Noble.
look like
Jamie Noble.
they were in like brolic either or shape and kind of thing. So it was like
One of them is Jamie Noble because because he was short. That's all I got.
they
I
were
got
all short.
I'm just saying, one of them is Jamie Noble.
I'll put it this way: none of them were taller than Adam Cole.
None of them were taller than the tallest woman that was there,
Yeah.
basically. So yeah,
And Chelsea Green is like 5'8", so
I got you. So like, yeah, again, none of them were imposing physically,
yeah.
and what they were doing was just ridiculous. And again, the
Like I
chainsaw,
said,
like you said, with no chain. So
you had a whole guys. Big E by himself, his thighs were bigger than two of them.
hmm
So that was my
But
problem.
again, they just looked so generic
Yeah.
and non-threatening because they want them to look uniform. But if they had cool designs like Sanity did, I would take it more seriously at
Yeah.
least. Because then I would think you spent the time on production to make them look cool.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't look cool.
At least
So
Sanity looked threatening.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if they came out, one of the girls had like Nikki Cross's. Remember how she used to come out with the hood with
Yeah.
the mask on? Like, yo, she looks sick. None of them look half as cool as that.
No. Because look at the freaking. Go back to Sanity. Like, look at Nikki. Nikki Cross got scared you.
That's why I just
Yeah,
make,
exactly. Like, she used to come out, bite the rope. Like, it was like, all right, chill out with her. Yeah, I was disappointed with that. But other than that, the rest of the show was good.
yes, sir.
So, I'm going to give it an A. It would have been an A+ without that ending.
Yeah, it was only the end, right? Damn.
I would have, if they would have ended with Mandy Rose and Sonya with that big fight, I would have gave it A+. But
Yeah.
they gave me that, so that gave you a grade down. So you get an A.
I can agree with that. Definitely.
Yeah. Because the rest, the rest of the show was good. Even Biggie's promo was great too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see what he's gonna do and see where they move on with him. We got podcasts we listen to.
Yes, sir.
I've been meaning to listen. I didn't get to catch the Talk Is Jericho on Friday. I think he had Tully and Arn Anderson on. I wanted to listen to that. I didn't get to listen to that yet.
Mm-hmm.
This dude, Corey Graves had Baron Saxton on. He was interesting.
I definitely want to go back and listen to that one. Okay.
That was a good one. Major Wrestling Podcast was great. They have an interview with Tony Khan on YouTube. Definitely check that out.
Mm-hmm. Also check out Matt Cardona on what is it? I said he was on Brandy's show. He was on what else? He was on a bunch of stuff
Yeah.
recently, like just everywhere.
Well, he's on the AEW podcast.
I think so. Yeah.
Because I know they have. I never listened to. No, he wasn't on this week.
And then wasn't he on Van Vliet recently too?
Cardona, no, he was on a couple months ago.
He was on somebody.
Van Vliet had Mikey Ruckus, the man
I
behind
listened to
the
that
entrance themes.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Please check that out.
I'll listen to that.
If you like just wrestling themes and want to hear about people who get into that stuff, it's a pretty interesting story.
And Rob Terry on WWE and he talks about his TNA career and shit.
Okay.
I don't know who that is. I never seen him. Yeah. Also, I gotta listen to Good Brothers. I didn't get to listen to this week's. The new episodes today.
Also, shout outs to we didn't get to go through it, but they had a pay-per-view too.
Yeah, it was crazy and terrible, but great.
It was funny, man. It was so funny.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was really good. They have all of them and all their friends have great chemistry. I love Freight Train.
Yeah. It was just something to watch. Like definitely watch it drunk or watch it where high, whatever you want to do. But it's not something to take seriously, and it was fun. My only mad thing that got me mad is Brian Myers was such a cheat. He just clotheslined someone. He didn't wrestle. I'm like, damn, dude, I haven't seen you wrestle yet.
But I love him and Heath Slater just chilling in the lawn chairs during the main event.
Clotheslined the shit out that dude.
That shit had me dying.
I think he was drinking too, so I think he was already a couple like Coors Lights in and shit.
Yeah, I love it. They was just sit there, just sipping. He was like, "That was my last. I got no more beers." Again, it's the watching real friends just bro out around each other was actually pretty fun to watch.
It was a very fun show. Definitely check it out. It's talking Shopomania.
And you get to see Carl Anderson's hot Asian wife for a hot second. There you go.
And Maria.
And
Michael Kanellis. That was his first appearance on a TV show.
He was one of the best characters.
He was funny as hell too. I enjoyed the whole thing. It was a fun show.
Give him the gas.
And Gallows getting it. Don't bury me like they buried
it. It was so good.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Definitely check it out if you get a chance. Check out the Talking Shop podcast. It's crazy ass podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I did get some pickups this week. I got the New Day. I think it was their third wave figures.
What was that?
They were like wearing orange and stuff. I got those figures in. I got 2 of the AEW figures that just came out. I got the Kenny Omega and another Jericho. I got the Evil Jericho.
Okay. Cool.
And then and I found Pete Dunne downstairs in Target. I was actually quite excited for that one.
Okay, cool.
So, some little pickups. I got a lot more pickups for the Gets Better, I swear, because I got the Constant Turtles and a couple other things. So, it's a lot of shit. That was like the most expensive week.
Nice.
So,
okay.
We wrap this up.
Yes, sir.
This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. Definitely check out all our other podcasts on SoundCloud, the Mark of the Mic, and Wrestling Inc. Follow me on all social medias on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Twitch TV. All Mark with the Mic. Follow our Facebook pages, the Wrestling Babble, and the Red Cycling page with all your other news and everything like that. And follow Red Cycling Inc.
Anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That's YouTube, SoundCloud, where you can hear the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. Make sure you check us out on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and WordPress.
Yep. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Those sandwiches.
Peace out later. Stay tuned for